All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome
Hello,
back,
everybody.
We're
good to see you
here for episode 3. Is it now?
Yeah, episode 3. We finally made it this far. You know, I'm really glad for that.
Imagine consistently posting.
We told you guys we were actually gonna start being as much as we can,
as consistent as possible.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but we're trying. We're getting there. Say third.
Hey, we're working jobs, college, and
True.
This on the side, which is definitely awesome. And we're actually working on some personal projects of our own. Actually, Brian, I know you have some personal projects that are going on pretty soon here, right?
Yeah. No, honestly, I have this one project that I really wanted to do. It was for one of my classes I had to actually kind of get started with, and it's pretty cool because I had been building up my equipment and stuff like that, and just kind of building up my expertise and knowledge and everything on previous sets. So now I get to kind of delve all of that into this specific project, and it's pretty cool. It's at least still another run through of my things that I picked up on all the knowledge I got and stuff like that, and to be able to use new equipment and stuff is always a pretty cool thing. So,
right.
I mean, you could have probably attested that too. I mean, kind of getting your own things, kind of
I'm actually So recently, actually not recently, I want to say, but I've been working on an album release.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been working on this album for quite some time. Just trying to see what fits, what doesn't work, what works. And that's set to release spring of next year. I want to release it
finally,
sooner. Right? Yeah, no, it's been a while that I've been working on this.
I've been waiting for so long. I remember back in high school. Still, you telling me about it. And
I'm in high school was when I guess it went into production. I guess, but I didn't really start writing it until
the idea was born.
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
I see that.
But people don't realize how long it actually takes for a project, you know what I mean?
I'm sure
an album, especially mine, right? It's 12 tracks, so it's a full LP, you know. And people don't realize it does take a long time, you know.
And each track, I'm sure you have to spend a certain amount of time to really make sure it's finalized and stuff, right?
Yeah, and honestly, everybody whether it's music or film or some other profession or whatever, everybody wants. If you have that mindset of, I want it to be great, it's easy to critique yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
sure.
And
for me personally, as a studying audio engineering and recording and producing, I feel I have a problem of wanting it to be too perfect, and I want it to be right, and I keep going back and editing.
I see.
And I think that's a cycle that I have to break myself. You know, I feel sometimes I may over edit, and you gotta
back to the drawing board.
Yeah, exactly. And in creative works, like I said, whether it's film, music, arts, dancing, whatever, you gotta know when to kind of draw that line for yourself.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
It really is true. I mean, it's kind of. It's really hard to just kind of move away from that, and I feel any creative kind of goes to, even if you make art or something like that, there's still those moments that you'll look back at it, and unless you have a specific deadline or something, you're gonna continuously go back to it and try to tweak it and stuff. And even for film, I mean, all of us kind of do the same thing too. We're always kind of going back to that. So I mean, it's a universal thing that happens. It's just because we want to create something the best way we can, and as we go along, we learn something new, so we could be able to fix and add or adjust anything that kind of happens into whatever you're making and stuff.
No, right, and I agree. It does take time, just trying to perfect the craft that you're working, because you want it to be perfect naturally.
True.
We want it to be perfect. We want people to like it, but I think as long as you like it and you're proud of it.
Yeah, that's the ideal thing. Okay, that's the overall foundation for it. Yeah.
And most recently, also we're working on a short film.
Yeah,
you and
that's
I together.
True. Yes, that is another project aside from this podcast. So
we got many projects going on in the background, guys. I promise.
Creatives,
I apologize for taking a while.
Yeah.
And we hope to
we're busy bees,
Yeah, exactly.
Bees,
And we hope to get people on, guests. As well, and also do some live performances as well would be really fun.
That's going to be a very big thing we have also planned, so stay tuned for that. We're still trying to figure out the kinks to all of that, but we are going to get there. We are going to have people actually play, kind of as a little start off, little intro and everything. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, we do have some guests lined up, and hopefully we can get them on the show a couple episodes from now. and just we've been working really, really hard, like in the
that's
background, working on some stuff, and then we also are writing our own short film together.
Yes, that's a great thing, and I want to touch onto that because I think like at least for us with our kind of basis, what I really love about the fact that we're kind of creating it is first off we're listening to music, and I think that is a very, very great tool. I feel like a lot of people could also kind of relate to that as far as like kind of getting any creative idea. They just use some sort of other outlet, like music and stuff. At least for me, that's something that's very, very impactful. So I feel like that's really cool that we've been kind of doing that as far as listening to music and kind of giving us that inspiration. Or at least beginning that idea of what we could try to make.
And it's like you could take inspiration from anywhere.
Yeah,
you could take inspiration from like film, or like let's say me, right, producing a song. I could take inspiration from a film and translate it into music. And be like, ooh, you know what?
Yeah,
you know what? There'd be like a cool theme that I could do with this. Or so you kind of like could take from everywhere to do your
to narrow it down.
Passion, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it's definitely been a busy couple weeks, and I actually very looking forward to. I know I mentioned in the last episode, but this upcoming Halloween. Very excited.
Yes, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, very. I wanted to release actually a October kind of Halloween spooky style song.
Okay, this is news to me. Actually, I'm curious. That could you lay out any info you possibly can with that?
So it went into production like literally last month.
Wow, no way.
And
cool.
But I just think with the time frame and everything, it probably won't release till next year. But it will be a single. It will probably be a single.
And
for sure.
You're wanting that single to be released like
around Halloween, around like
stuff.
September
okay,
stuff, because that'd be really cool. Like we got like classics.
That is really nice.
Rockwell, like Somebody's Watching Me.
Really,
and like
nice.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. Obviously those are like classics.
Yeah.
For spooky season, so I actually did want to try to like, I mean not try to like recreate theirs or success,
but
like
as a
make
kind of
my own,
inspiration from those,
make
though,
my
right?
own, like, spooky season song, I guess you could say. But that'd be really cool. Probably won't get to it this upcoming fall, but definitely next fall.
It's still in the works. It's still in the horizon, And I think that's the great thing. And having that goal of like, okay, now at least if not this time, I mean, because it is already kind of a short window, anyways. But for next year, next October, that it's still there. It still could be something you could do.
And then also, I was gonna ask you. I know you're like working on short films and stuff like that, but I also know that you've worked on music films or music videos before.
That is true. Well, okay. Well, you know this, obviously.
Yes,
so, I mean, that's another aspect that I really kind of want to dive into as far as like, music video, like making and stuff like that. And so I've only ever done one, and you would know as well that I have done this. It's not out yet, but I had shot a music video a while back. And this guy over here was one of the actors in it, so it was really cool how it all worked out. And that one, I really can't wait to release. I know it's been a long time coming, but I think whenever it comes out, it's going to definitely pay off. I think very well done, great performances all around. So I think I'm excited for that one for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And also I wanted to ask, like, what's your like opinion on like movie set versus like music film set? Like,
interesting.
I believe, I could be wrong, but wasn't that your first like project that you kind of did all on your own?
Well, no, you're right. You're right, actually. So like previously I would do other roles and such just to kind of learn about like filmmaking and everything. But this music video that we're talking about right now, that one, it was one of my first ones that I had ever really done. Like as far as directed, written, and I got like, a couple other friends to help me out as crew. One was one of my producers. The other one was my director of photography, my cinematographer on the project. And it's so like it was my first one, but as now that I've kind of gained more experience in other things, it's a lot easier now to kind of answer that question of just like, okay, what's the differences between the two, right? I mean, kind of like filmmaking or like making a movie to making a music video. I think like, I don't know. For me personally, I think they're both very, very they're obviously very similar, but they're also different, very different in certain ways. Obviously, music videos, there's certain things you definitely need to get. Music videos, you got to have performance shots where you're getting, the person, whoever's the songwriter is, singing or playing whatever instrument, they're actually there. Often other times, there's also other music videos to where they're narratives. So this is kind of the similarities of what happens to filmmaking in that, films obviously have a narrative more often than not. And music videos also certain times have also a narrative within. They still have the music, whatever the song it is, playing over, but throughout the entire music video, it's telling a story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know sometimes that's not always the case, right? Because
that's true. No.
I know there's some like music videos where that's literally nothing to do with the
song. That is true too.
It's just kind of like, okay,
it's crazy.
Kind of random.
And some of them, they're not even just like, a lot of them are different. Some of them don't even have like an actual narrative, don't even have like actual footage. It's just stock footage from other movies, other TV shows and stuff like that. You even have things like Tim Impala's music videos at times also kind of have just this like randomness to them as far as they're just different graphics. Tim
Impala or like Gorillaz.
Really works.
Like,
Gorillaz also, that being an animation.
They're like there's like a popular style for I think it's called visualizers. I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, they do like visualizer videos for some other reasons, which we won't go into. But
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that there's so much you could do. It's literally like making a short film.
It really is. Yeah.
But now you're basing it on audio.
And you know what? Exactly. That's something that I want to ask you actually. So like you're going into this next stage, right? Of kind of further finalizing your music, further finalizing that LP that you're working on, right?
Right.
I'm assuming you would want some sort of visualizer or music. Well, let me ask you that. What do you kind of see for that as far as like your songs? Which like however many, only just one, none at all, and how would they be?
Yeah. So I mean, I know there's like I said, there's some abstract songs and like music videos where like the music video doesn't have anything to do with the actual song.
It really
but I think for me I kind of like more narrative driven videos where it kind of goes with the song, like it really fits the song style choice. Even like for mine, I have some songs that are inspired by like 80s like pop rock ballads like Chicago. You're the inspiration and stuff like that. I have some songs kind of like that. So let's say in terms of video, I would kind of want something like more classic, more retro. Okay, I guess you could say, or vintage style. 80s style would be really cool.
80s, that would be really nice.
Right. So I kind of like more cohesiveness, or I tend to like more cohesiveness when it comes to like music video and then the music itself.
Yeah, I get that.
Or even going back to like Michael Jackson's Thriller. I mean, come on, that video that is a production. That is an amazing video.
That was amazing. I love that. And like, there's even like others like Beat It. That was wasn't that directed like by Michael Scorsese, right?
Really?
I think so. I could have sworn I remember hearing that like
I don't know.
Martin Scorsese directed one of them. And that I don't know. Like whenever I heard that, I was like, wow, I could tell because I mean, at least I loved that one. At least even if not, that music video was also really, really nice.
I mean, yeah, had Michael Jackson had some really nice music videos, but
music
and
like
music Thriller, like it's Thriller. It's like the whole story in the song, and then you kind of see that story displayed like in video. It's like, wow, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I was scarred as a kid.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's true.
I used to get really scared of that video, but now I've grown to like appreciate the art and craft of it. I'm like, wow, like they really did take their time. I know, what do you call it? Like the makeup and all the like costume design and stuff. I know it took like hours, like
I'm sure
getting all those extras and dancers and actors in that video. That's a major production. Like
I'm sure
it's kind of a short film,
been.
if you really think about it.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes into something like that. That I feel like is one of the more like grandiose ways you could go about making a music video because in this case you have like choreography, you have makeup, like you said, and there's so many different departments that you have to focus on and worry about. So it really is like a whole movie that you're making. I mean, granted, the whole thing is like 7 minutes long as far as like the whole like music video.
Exactly. It's like a short film.
It
almost,
basically
literally
might as well be a short film, like with just a little snippet of like some sort of musical in it, kind of, right? So I think something like that. It really does showcase like how much value you could put into it, into just one music video. I guess, it's really cool in that way. So I mean, so you're saying that you want to do like more narrative stuff, right? You want to do it to where it's kind of like.
Yeah,
has
like
the
a
80s theme and everything,
story,
cohesiveness,
you know
right?
what I mean?
Okay, so
Yeah.
would you want to go that kind of far? Would you want to go that far as what Thriller did?
I mean, obviously, not like a huge production like Michael Jackson had a huge budget, and King of Pop, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, yeah, definitely I want like a story that's cohesive, that goes along with the music that I'm making, and something that I could look at and like, you put on the music, put on the video, it's like, oh, like it's like a little short film, like a little short story, you know what I mean?
And I also love the fact that, like, in this one in particular, this is also another topic of music videos, but in this one in particular, there's times whenever the like we were mentioning earlier, the music video doesn't really match well with even the song or even what it's being talked about in the lyrics. This one, of course, as far as Thriller being referenced here, makes a lot of sense because the song itself is very cryptic and very, it's just kind of that spooky season kind of music.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And the music video works like very, very well with it. You know what I mean? So is that kind of something you would also want to do? Like, let's say you had some sort of ballad, like you were mentioning earlier, that would you kind of want it to be like, let's say it's a ballad of a love story. Would you want the music video to also kind of capture?
Yeah, kind of like capture love story. And
okay,
stuff like
okay,
that.
yeah.
Or even like borrow elements, like we were saying earlier, like you take from like classic movies.
Inspiration,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
yeah.
inspired. Like I know there's a lot of like shots, not even just like music videos, right? But like in film, like La La Land does it, where they reference like lot of shots from like older movies or like other movies, other classics. So that'd be really cool to like incorporate that in some way.
I know. I've always loved that. As far as like watching movies, you kind of get to catch that of just like, oh, hey, they use this one kind of like reference from another movie,
like a reference
like
shot,
that.
reference frame, and
it's just so cool because like, hey, it's like they got inspired from this, and then now we as the next generation are getting inspired from that. You know, so it's kind of really cool. It daisy chains down, and even then, whenever you see that, you get to get inspired from the previous thing that they had got inspired from, and I think that's also like a really cool part as well.
Well, I did want to segue into this more because as we're getting towards the end here, just like talking about like what else would y'all like to see from us during this like
that's
podcast
also
show?
true,
because we kind of wanted to do it like a little bit more chill, conversation based, but also like do some like fun things,
Yeah. So like I think so far we've kind of been stating it as like kind of talking shop essentially, and just kind of working through music and film, our two respective careers, right, and but other stuff I think we also have a lot of fun with of just talking about whatever. So I mean, if you guys have any other thing that you guys would want us to, talk about or bring up on here, spill
talk
the tea.
about, see, yeah,
you know what I mean? So, like, I think that would be a very, really cool thing. So we could get engaged with it as well, you guys as well, too,
Right.
I think it's a really cool thing.
And I know we were, like, brainstorming ideas, but, like, it would also be cool to try, like, maybe, like, have some, like, little, like, international food trying.
Oh yes,
or
that's
something
true.
Cool
So
like that.
We have
little
some
challenges as well. That'd be really fun.
Yes, we have some like international stores around our area. So like kind of checking one of those out. I feel like it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just like little things like that. I think it'd be really cool. And like I said, we do want to have some guests lined up. I know one of our professors for our classes.
Oh yes, that's right.
Film and media. He's actually. He's the founder, or
yes? So I think he owns his own company, and I think he is the founder of it. Yeah, his own VFX company. That's really cool. It's he.
Yeah, and they've done like work for big companies too. Like
like
Fortnite,
Nike.
I know.
Yeah, Fortnite as well. I think Apple as well. I believe. I'm not too sure, but.
He's
a lot of
very, very
companies.
well-known business in the industry. So I think having him on too, maybe even like change the setting a little bit, go to him classroom style would be really cool.
I think that'd be very, very cool that we kind of could go like back and forth between something like that. And speaking of back and forth, just kind of going, between talking shop and talking about specifics of the world of music and film appreciation, and or then afterward just going to a random conversation,
right, like literally just about whatever, because this podcast is just spilling the tea on anything, like anything. We're just here chatting, and we hope they are here for like just talking about like pop culture stuff too, like even like the MCU versus the DCU.
That's another one too. Like that's something that you and I are really, really big on, and we always have those kinds of conversations too. So hey, why not bring it on to a podcast form?
Right, and why not get people else who are passionate about it to talk about it as well. For sure. Yeah. But no, y'all let us know in the comments if that's something that y'all like want to see.
Yes, please let us know,
because it's a work in progress. We're still growing, we're still learning, and
yeah,
we're very excited for these next couple months.
Yeah. We want to pick your guys' minds as well of just kind of seeing what you guys want, to hear for us to talk about, for you guys to watch and stuff like that. Just so
absolutely,
it's more engaging and stuff.
Even like unboxings would be really cool.
That'd be really sick. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
That would be really
cool,
fun,
right?
actually. Yeah. There's also another opportunity we could also do in this podcast. Yeah.
But I mean, for now, that's about it. As much time as we have for this episode.
So a little short one this time around, but hey, we're gonna come back with episode 4 soon. So that's gonna be
episode
really
4,
yeah.
In the coming month. So
yes, yeah,
absolutely. We're very excited. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you guys.
This is the T.
Very much.
I'm your host, Nico,
and I am Brian.
Yep, co-hosts. We're co-hosts, I guess I should say. Co-host Nico, co-host Brian.
Yeah.
And this is the T. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all guys again soon.
Yeah, see you guys.
All right, later.
Yeah, bye.